For those of you who are curious, I put together this little film clip. Here is our little wooden boat project. Eka. So we're 4 people, Sarah, Jeff, Kaiser, and myself, Woodrow, and we inherited this beautiful little creature. So I just want to take you on a little deck tour and show you what's going on at the moment. So we'll start aft, and here you're looking forward on the starboard side. What a beautiful deck house. We'll take a look over here aft to the lazarette. And just take notice to the gaps in the seams as we walk throughout the hull. So we've been trying to keep this boat watered so that it's constantly wet inside. We've wrapped the hull with tarps, and we've been having some leaky hoses around the interior dripping, but because we're pumping the water up out of the canal, it's quite full of algae or mud or other matter, and it's been clogging the holes in the hoses. So yesterday I was up in Arbuga and put a whole bunch of sprinklers in the hull, which you'll see in the near future. Here we'll walk up the port side, and you can just get a feel for the size of the deck house. And as we turn into this hatch here, you can see the wheel and the wheelhouse. And the wheelhouse is about 3 meters across by about 5 meters in length. So it's in plenty of headroom. The deck and the wheelhouse are obviously all brand new or recently built over the last 20 years. That gap amidships there is for the stovepipe from down below. You'll see that in a bit. And there's one that mirrors it just aft there. And that comes up from the engine room. Here you can see over the top of the aft part of the deck house. It's very nice, airy windows. You go down the ladder, it's 3 steps. And to the port side there is the head, and the starboard side would be the hatch down to the engine room, and then forward of that is stairs down into the ladder down into the main salon. But let's take a look around the engine room here. Quite spacious. It's not quite tall enough to stand up in completely because of how the deck house, the aft deck house, goes down a few steps. But she does come with a diesel engine, and it's 150 horses. But I'm thinking about possible conversion to electric, but that's in the near future, I hope. So here is the head, the only head on board that we know about at the moment. And it's also quite spacious. It would probably have a shower and a toilet and a sink. Here's the aft compartment. If we look over here on the port side, it could be potentially some sort of galley or bar type area. I'm assuming this would be some sort of sleeping quarters, maybe for 2 bunks, one on either side, or 1 large bunk across the aft section there. You can see some of the larger seams. I think the widest seam that I measured was 2 centimeters, which I don't think any amount of swelling is going to fill up, but we'll spline it and make sure she seals up. But every compartment that you saw there in the overhead has an escape hatch or a hatch. Most of the compartments have some sort of lighting coming in from the deck. Not deck lights, but portholes just above the overhead. So we'll go down into the main salon just below the wheelhouse. And this area is, I think it's the largest confined space on board the ship. Here you can see the vent, portholes, there's some saddle tanks. There are quite a few tanks on board this boat. And you notice there maybe on the bulkhead to the aft, there was some cement type of some stone cement stuff as a heat sink, because there should be, there you can see the stone, there will be a stove, a wood stove there. So we'll go into the forward compartment here, and we could probably sleep about 6 people in this compartment, maybe even 2 wide bunks on either side, plus a single above it or something. But in the overhead in that forward compartment as well, there's a hatch. As we look aft, we can see a bit more of that thermal mass there on the bulkhead. And just back up in the corner here and give you a view of the size of the space. It's a little bit difficult with the iPhone camera to get you a good idea of the size, but it's probably like 380 wide by maybe 4 in length, with lots of overhead space. So then coming up the ladder and going back up to the wheelhouse. Wheelhouse is a lot of space. There's room for a nice day table that could drop down as a day bed, for instance, and maybe sleep 2 people. Or so we'll go up here on the bow, and you can see the forepeak. So she's got this beautiful winch up on the bow. It's a mechanical winch, but it's very smooth, functional. She comes with the anchor, propeller, some nice bollards there, and a very pretty little wheelhouse. So we'll take a look down to the forepeak. Here you can see there's plenty of space for anchor chain, spare anchors, fenders, other bits of rigging, mooring lines, tools even. Probably nothing that we want to get wet. But we'll walk aft here on the starboard side and just take another look at the starboard side of the cabin. Notice going by another hatch to the wheelhouse, and we'll go by hatch to the aft compartment, deck compartment. And yeah, this is our project. We're really excited about it. I'm really excited about it. But she's a gorgeous boat, as you can see. We'll take a look up here on top of the houses. Look at all that space. Man. Well, there you have it. Our project. Thanks for watching.